We're here to help with 7 copywriting portfolio examples that can inspire you and give you some ideas on how to structure and design yours. All of these examples were created with Copyfolio, and I will scroll through each site with you and tell you what we love and recommend you to follow in each of them. Let's just get started. Let's start with Kim Brett's copywriting portfolio. She used Copyfolio's poster template and cardboard color palette to create this site. And one of our favorite parts is how you get a clear idea of who she is, what she does, and where she's located right at first glance, top of the homepage in her tagline. It says that Kim is an award-winning copywriter and content writer based in the UK. And then right underneath, she kept it pretty simple and has her top 3 projects featured. Whichever thumbnail image you click, you get to a case study page where you see the brand name on top and then the writing samples right below, usually in the form of images or sometimes an embedded video like here for Chupi. Underneath the project, if you go back to the homepage, she has some testimonials featured from people that she worked with, and as you can see, each of the testimonials relates to one of the projects right above. Underneath, she has some of the awards she got or got nominated for and a simple get in touch with her email address. It's a very simple but effective and super aesthetic site, so that's why we recommend it. Next is Andrea, who is an AI-savvy bilingual copywriter and who used the Premiere template to create her copywriting portfolio. As you can see, she also starts with a strong tagline saying, "I write powerful copy that elevates your brand." She also featured an image of herself, which is yet another best practice, because having a face right there helps people to build rapport and feel a more personal connection right away. As you can see in the top navigation, she has quite a few pages, so I will very quickly scroll through them with you. On the homepage, you see a short introduction and a sentence about her experiences, and then her career condensed into a few bullet points, aka her CV. Instead of putting an image of her PDF-based CV, she just tagged it in with a CV section right in Copyfolio, so it matches the rest of her site. Then she has a CTA, and in the footer you will find all the other pages. Let's go on to services. On the services page, she has this very simple structure when on the left side, she has the service itself, and on the right side, a short description. And might I add that these are also very well-written pieces of copy, so I really recommend you to pause the video and read some of them. As you can see, she has a lot up her sleeve. She also has a few frequently asked questions answered right underneath, and yet another CTA to add in the page. She has 2 pages for her work samples, one for brand work, where she has thumbnail images with the titles underneath, and here she always links to the published copy where you can check it out live. In the editorial work page, she has the same structure, thumbnail images, titles, and then links underneath. And then last but not least, she has her contact page where she tells you that she will get back to you within 2 to 3 business days, which is always great for people to know what to expect. It's very professional. And then she has both her email address, LinkedIn page, and a send a message button. It's a very comprehensive site with all the information you could possibly need if you're looking for a copywriter and considering hiring her. So that's why we love and recommend her site. Next up is Teodora from Romania. She used the brochure template to create her portfolio website with the basalt color palette to give it a darker theme. As you can see, she also starts with a lovely picture of her on the left side and then a little tagline on the right side. Although this tagline doesn't immediately tell you what she does, it just says, "I have something sweet in my cup, I'll write about it." So you might assume that she's a writer. But as you keep scrolling, you will learn more about her and her work. I love the copy that she wrote. It's a true joy to read through. For example, she calls her process the creative zoomies, which I think is adorable. Under this little section about her process, she has 4 projects showcased. When you click any of these thumbnails, you get to the case study page where you can learn more about each project. She has the title on top and then a little section about the project details, so you know what it's all about. Then she writes about her creative process with creative zoomies, so you know how she gets started with the project. You can kind of imagine how she would work on something that you assign her. And then she shows the finished results and gives you more information about that. This specific case study is actually fictional, as she says its purpose is to showcase what happens during the creative process, but it's just as interesting nonetheless. If we go back to the homepage and scroll down even more, then you have another section about her experience or the exploration zone, and then her CV, yet again, just typed in natively to the website, so you get the most important data about her career. Then there is a call to action at the bottom of the page. You can click this to get in touch with her, or you can go over to her contact page where you find this contact form. You give your name, email address, and your message, and you can reach out to her super easily. It's a very simple site, but we love the design, the super well written copy, and the custom designed thumbnails. Those are the ones that really make it stand out. Next is Ivy, who built her portfolio with Copyfolio's wallscape template. As you can see, this is also one that has only text at the top of the homepage, where she has a tagline saying that she's distilling the complex into stories that move and drive action, which is a beautiful way to say that she is a copywriter. Underneath, she clarifies that she's a Singaporean-born copywriter who is currently based in Stockholm, Sweden, and she also kept her portfolio pretty simple with having this tagline and then diving straight into her writing samples. She has 4 of her top projects here, which is a great number because it gives you variety to see her full skill set, but it doesn't overwhelm you because, let's be honest, who has time to review tens or dozens of projects, right? So she has 4 with all custom designed thumbnails, which I love, especially because they match the site design perfectly. Like with the previous examples, when you click on the thumbnail image, you get to the case study page where she first writes about the project background at the top, and then you get to see some more details. First, product highlight, payment approval workflow. There is a link here where you can check out more details on LinkedIn. And what I really love and definitely recommend to anyone working on their copywriting portfolio is that she included key results. Now, adding numbers and statistics to your case studies is very powerful. It shows that your work really brings in the results you promise it will do. So that's definitely a best practice. There's also buttons here where you can click to view the posts live if you don't click this text link here. Apart from these case study pages, she only has an About Me page with a picture of herself and some more information and a little list of her skills to help you build a more personal connection. And of course, there's a Let's Talk button here too, if what you saw just convinced you to want to get in touch and hire her. She makes it super easy. Yet another best practice. So that was Ivy's portfolio. Next is Sarah's portfolio, who also used Copyfolio's Premier template to create her portfolio website. When you arrive on her homepage, you see her picture on the right and tagline on the left that includes her name and title, which is Creative Copywriter and Content Creator. When you start scrolling, there is a little About Me section where I really love the bullet points, which give you a super quick and easy way to see what her areas of expertise are. Things like paid media, scripting, video production, sales campaigns, user experience, and more. If this includes what you're looking for, then you can keep scrolling to see some of her work samples. First, she features 3 projects, one about script writing, one about product descriptions, and one about paid ads. Let me show you the one about product descriptions. So when you arrive to the page, you see the title at the top, and then for each product, you see the name of the brand, or product, and then the copy she wrote. She also added an image of the product itself for a visual so you can imagine what she's writing about. If you keep scrolling on her homepage, there's 3 more projects for you to check, which are all for the category of emails and campaigns. At the bottom, she only has a call to action, which says that she spent over 4 years writing for the wellness and retail space, which again gives you a good idea if she might be a good fit or not. And you can get in touch by clicking this button or heading over to her Get in Touch page, where you can find her email address and the link to her LinkedIn profile. And that is Sarah's portfolio. Next is Alex, who is a freelance copywriter who used Copyfolio's billboard template to create his portfolio. He has a pretty comprehensive site, which I love, because you can see that he really thought about his portfolio as more than just a portfolio, but kind of like a sales page for himself and his business, which shows what a good conversion copywriter he really is. So I'm gonna try to scroll through it relatively quickly, but show you everything at the same time. He starts with no picture at the very top, but a very strong tagline instead, saying connect, persuade, sell, e-commerce copywriting that turns your browsers into buyers. But as you start scrolling, you see a picture of him right away with some really nice copy about how 90% of online businesses fail, but how he can help you to be the other 10% that actually succeed. He has call to action buttons all through the site, like this one saying join the successful 10%. Very powerful copy all throughout the site. We love that. There's more copy about the same thing, and then he added some testimonials of people that he previously worked with to establish his credibility. As you keep scrolling with the same purpose, he has some logos of companies that he's worked with, and this section saying that he only has 2 client spaces left. Underneath, he has his packages, because he's a freelancer, so you can choose what kind of package you want to go with. Let's see his about page, get another picture of him and a little description. You can read more and again see the logos of the companies that he's worked for. On his portfolio page, you find his actual writing samples in amazing grid. You can see the thumbnails, click on them for more information. He even has a blog, which is at this point kind of rare, but always very interesting for copywriting portfolios, because you get to see their personal interests and then even deeper look into their writing skills. So I love when I find a blog on a copywriting portfolio. Other than that, he also has a contact page where you can fill out the same contact form we've seen on other portfolios to get in touch with him easily. Overall, I love the vibe of this site. It's very nicely designed and the copy is really masterful. It really is more than just a portfolio, and it's a proper freelance copywriter website and sales page. And their last example is gonna be Mariah's portfolio, who used the brochure template to create this site. As you can see on the left side, she has a very summary picture of herself and then her tagline on the right, which says that she is a digital strategist, copywriter and content producer with over 5 years of experience. So you already know her main focus and skill set. She already has a Let's Connect button here if you are convinced, but if you keep on scrolling, you can check her top projects first. She has 4 projects in the grid, again, amazing number for copywriting samples to showcase on your portfolio. Let me show you how they look if you actually click through, because they each lead to a case study page. So here, this one is for the Atlanta Food and Wine Festival. You see that she was a content lead. Here's a brief explanation of the project overall. And already, as you can see from the bold part, she added some key results, which is amazing, especially since her work resulted in a 36% increase in social media followers, which contributed to $1.1 million in ticket revenue, which is very impressive. It's always good to include numbers like that. Then she has more materials, an embedded video about brand strategy that she worked on, screenshot of her copywriting work, more information about influencer management, email marketing, and the social media strategy that she worked on during this campaign. Here you can see even more numbers and more of an explanation, and also social media icons that you can click through to check out the social media profiles of this wine festival. She even added some screenshots of the social media posts and engagement, which is amazing to see, and some logos of brands that they collaborated with during the campaign. She even has yet another key results section, which we love, with more numbers, saying that they achieved 103% of their revenue goal in that year, and then you can see their email subscribers, open rates, increasing followers, and so on. It's such a great way to build a copywriting or marketing case study that I highly recommend you to stop here and there, read into it, check it out, and replicate it yourself if you can. Apart from featuring these 4 projects, she also has a resume page where again she added her career highlights natively instead of embedding a PDF, which matches the site design perfectly. This is Mariah's copywriting portfolio. Out of the 7, which one was your favorite portfolio and why? Let us know in the comments, and if you feel like you're ready to create your own portfolio website, then head over to Copyfolio at copyfolio.io and get started today. It's going to be super easy. It only takes a couple of minutes to create an account, select your template, and get your starter site. If you have any questions about Copyfolio or any of these examples, then leave those also in the comments, and we will see you very soon.